Hello, dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel for BA classes English Literature. I am Sampat Bhadu, Assistant Professor of English, Government College, Sri Dungargarh, Bikaner. Dear friends, today we will discuss John Keats and his poem Ode to Beauty, Part 1, that is prescribed in your syllabus. John Keats was not only the last but also the most perfect of the Romanticists. While Scott was merely telling stories, Wordsworth was reforming poetry or upholding the moral law, Shelley advocating impossible reforms, and Byron voicing his own egoism and the political discontent of the times. John Keats lived apart from men and from all political measures, worshipping beauty like a devotee, perfectly content to write what was in his own heart or to reflect some splendor of the natural world as he saw or dreamed it to be. He had, moreover, the novel idea that poetry exists for its own sake and suffers loss by being devoted to philosophy or politics or indeed to any cause, however great or small. Partly because of this high ideal of poetry, partly because he studied and unconsciously imitated the Greek classics and the best works of the Elizabethans, Keats' last little volume of poetry is unequaled by the work of any of his contemporaries. John Keats was one of the greatest poets of Romantic age. He was the last, but not the least. He is primarily known for his remarkable odes. When we remember that all his work was published in three short years from 1817 to 1820, and that he died when only 25 years old, we must judge him to be the most promising figure of the early 19th century and one of the most remarkable in the history of English literature. Dear students, you can imagine this man was born in 1795 and died at the age of 25 in his prime of youth in 1821. Even then, during this short span of life, he composed remarkable odes and presented to the world beautiful poetry that is timeless, memorable, and unsurpassable. He is a great worshipper of beauty. He doesn't want any kind of interference of politics or religion or philosophy into the glorification of beauty. He propounds the idea that beauty is apart from all these things, and poetry that exists, that is only for its own sake, not because of politics or philosophy or anything else. So the present poem, Ode to Beauty, actually is an extract derived from his poetic romance entitled Endymion, 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 a poetic romance. It was published in 1818. The romance means Endymion is based on the Greek myth of love between Endymion, a shepherd, and the moon goddess. The opening line of the stanza, a thing of beauty is a joy forever, has come to stay as a dictum, epitomizes beauty as an eternal and immortal entity in human world where nothing is certain or permanent. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. It has become a popular dictum of day-to-day life. We all use this line that whatever is beautiful in this world, that is permanent, that gives you endless joy. Beauty provides you inexhaustible pleasure. According to John Keats, a thing of beauty provides endless joy and its loveliness keeps increasing. Its beauty can never end or cease. It acts as a shady place for us under which we can sleep and have sweet dreams. John Keats also said that beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. That simply means nothing is permanently beautiful or anything can't have a universal beauty. It depends upon the onlooker. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Said that simply means beauty is not in the object itself, but beauty is there in the eyes of the person who looks on it. It depends upon the view, depends upon the outlook, depends upon the way one looks upon the things. If that particular object appeals the sense of beauty of the person, the thing becomes beautiful. If it repels or if it does not give any appeal, a sense of beauty, it becomes ugly. So beauty differs from person to person, varies from person to person. Anything that appears to be beautiful to me may not be beautiful to you. Anything that appears to be beautiful to you may not appear to be beautiful to me. That is what John Keats says. But in this poem, what he says that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Here he talks about the beauties of nature. Beauty of nature gives you permanent and eternal joy. That's an inexhaustible, endless source of pleasure. Let's take up the poem. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. The poet here says that a beautiful thing is a source of eternal joy, endless joy. A beautiful thing will give you throughout one's lifetime pleasure. One can return to the beautiful thing and never cease to find it to a source of joy. Means, if anybody gets bored, he or she can return to that beautiful thing and can derive joy out of that. In other words, even after one dies, the thing of beauty will continue to exist and will give joy to the people of the next generation. When they in turn pass, it will give joy to the generation after theirs, and so on. Thus, a beautiful thing may, in that sense, be a joy forever. Loveliness of a beautiful object goes on increasing. Its attractiveness grows with the passage of time, and its impact never fades away. It never diminishes. Diminishes means it never becomes, it never gets lowered, it never decreases, and never becomes without impression of beauty. Beautiful things play a vital role, important role in our body and mind. A beautiful object is as pleasant as a cool, quiet bower, or sound sleep with sweet dreams, or robust health and mental peace. It provides the beholder with a heaven of tranquility, heaven of peace and solace. These are the beautiful things in our life which keep us healthy, full of sweet dreams, and provide us mental happiness and peace. These are the impacts of beautiful objects in our life. Means a beautiful thing never loses its beauty. Its loveliness, its attractiveness ever increases. It never passes into nothingness. It never passes into worthlessness or meaninglessness, but it is transferred to the next generation. If we die, our next generation will enjoy the beauty. It always keeps a bower quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams, health, and quiet breathing. That simply means anything that is beautiful. If you look at that, if you continuously look at that, you will become mentally and physically stronger and healthier. You will have sound sleep. You will have sweet dreams. You will have a sound health and a sound mind. So, beauty plays a vital role, important role in our healthy life. Next, Chandra. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all. Dear students, the poet here advocates that it's the beauty of nature that keeps us attached to this earth, that keeps us bound to this earth, that keeps us associated with this earth. Every morning we collect fresh, lovely flowers and prepare garlands or decorate them in vessels. The fascination, the attraction, the, the bewitching for flowers, the desire for flowers is our bonding with the earth. It shows that we are attached to nature and have love for its beautiful objects. It helps us in guiding to diminish or reduce or remove our despondency or disappointment. Despondency means disappointment, hopelessness. Whenever we become hopeless, whenever we become disappointed or despondent, we should look at our flowers in our garden that will immediately spell out or remove our disappointment, and we will, in real sense, we will become happy. Instantly, we will become glad. We forget all our despair, we forget all our disappointment, of severe shortage of noble souls, of misfortunes that overtake us time to time in life to test our tolerance or forbearance. Life is full of trials and tribulations, and we often find ourselves in the midst of gloom, in the midst of melancholy, in the midst of grief. It is at such depressing moments that a sight full of beauty dispels the dispels the dark covering of sadness from our spirits, making room for hope and optimism. Dear students, the earth without the beautiful things is a despondent, spiteful place, thriving in callous, insensitive dirt, and is harsh towards human beings. Everyday human beings face gloomy or melancholy days packed with unhealthy spite and darkness. It's only the beautiful things of nature that give us console and comfort, that give us solace and comfort. Dear students, after going through these two stanzas, we came to know that beauty plays a very important, very significant role in our happy life, in our healthy life. Due to the trials and tribulations in our life, due to the odds and evens, due to the ups and downs, due to the day to day problems, due to the challenges in life, usually we become despondent, we become disappointed, we become hopeless. At this juncture, when we are disappointed, we can remove this pall or the covering of disappointment from our brain just by looking on to the beautiful objects of nature. Suppose you are tense with your work, with your official work, with your studies. Okay, you are students, so you get bored due to excessive studies. Have a break for a short while. Go out into your garden. Observe the beauty of flowers. Observe the beauty of leaves. That will give you pleasure and real joy. And your brain will become, your heart will become unburdened. That's my guarantee, my dears. Thank you very much and have a nice day. God bless you. We will continue tomorrow, the next parts.